Open-world games are what modern gaming is all about, giving us the freedom to fly, drive and sail through beautiful borderless environments. These games allow us to live our best lives even when the real world isn't looking too hot. In today's video, we are going to look at the top 10 best open-world games for Android and iOS. Open-world games are one of the most popular genres in the industry. After developers realized that giving players exploration options gave much greater returns than it cost them to develop, they knew that there was a lot of money to be made. Thus, just about every developer imaginable is adding their own spin on the genre each year with new releases, from mega icons like Nintendo's Mario franchise to two-person indie teams. We're at the point now where many of the major AAA releases every year are open-world games. While there are a lot of problems with how major developers are handling these games, the genre truly has been advancing little by little every year. Some of the best games of all time are marked as open world, which makes talking about them a difficult task. Many of them are held in such high regard that it's nearly impossible to have anything critical to say, or even rank them against other open world games. With that in mind, we're going to rank the best open world games and slasher franchises of all time. So, let's start. Tower of Fantasy. Tower Fantasy is a free-to-play open-world MMORPG. It utilizes what seems to be very high quality, very fast, very smooth action combat. The game utilizes the large open world filled with seamless transitions, allowing players with huge areas to question and explore your heart's content. There are dungeon raids and various PvP modes which engage and look beautiful, have the setting that I enjoy, and have smooth combat and look like it's pretty story-driven. My time at Porsche. If you're a big fan of games like Stardew Valley Story of Seasons and Animal Crossing, then the upcoming release of My Time at Porsche should pique your interest. It's a farming simulation game at the core, but it also offers a host of live sim features, plus a few RPG mechanics, and it all takes place in the 3D open world of Porsche, where you discover your inner builder. In the game, you gather resources and combine them in recipes to create. The game also contains some dungeons that require you to find enemies. Overall, I'm really excited for this game. Tales from the Wasteland. This one's an open-world action survival game, where you'll get to see the post-apocalyptic environment in which you have to survive based on your skills. In the game, you get to explore different areas of the map, fight with NPC soldiers and loot resources. You can collect different items from the map and escape from it. At first glance, Tales from the Wasteland may appear to be just another third-person shooter. However, it is much more complex. Also, the game offers a wide range of weapons with 3 playable characters to choose from. All in all, I like the graphics of the game. So let me know what you think about this one in the comment section below. Grand Criminal Online. If you love GTA, then probably you're going to love Grand Criminal Online too. It's an open-world game just like GTA 5, where you can explore a massive city defeating gangsters, stealing cars, or fighting with other people. You can play it online with your friends and experience Grand Criminal Online together. The game offers lots of things which are similar to GTA 5, like casinos and businesses. Also, the game features a wide range of vehicles and weapons, which you can use for your enjoyment. Overall, it's a good game for those who are searching for alternatives to GTA style. The First Tree. The First Tree is an open-world game that has been very successful on platforms like Nintendo Switch. In the game, you play the role of a mother fox in the snow mountains of Alaska, who was on a journey to find her cubs. You found the White Line, which will take you to the trees mentioned in the store lot. With the final location being the first tree, it doesn't have any text whatsoever, so you should probably use headphones so you can clearly feel every detail of the plot. The game also has relatively simple controls, and you're immersed in a majestic scenery of nature, surrounded by white snow. You can feel it from a third perspective. I know open world means open world, but this game just seems to go on and on forever. You just go on and never seem to see the end. Bike Extreme Fail XD. This is a ragdoll physics-based platform open-world game where you have to ride a bicycle and perform different stunts to reach the finish line. The game has many different maps where you can ride your bike and enjoy the ragdoll physics. Also, the mechanics of gameplay vary because of character choice and level design. You can choose different vehicles, from cycle bikes to jet chairs, to complete the goal. Also, the graphics of the game are great, but overall it does have some laggy gameplay, which is very annoying. As you well know, Wilderness. Wilderness is an open-world indie game where there are no classes, no enemies, and no ads. You just need to go enjoying the moment of truly living with peace of mind. In other words, it's a stress-free game, all about exploration at your own pace. And it's different from any other open-world game you've probably played before. You can swim in the water, drive a ship and fly from one point to another. The game also features lots of new animals and creatures, so if you get bored of one of them, then you can change your character. Overall, I really like this game's graphics and controls, but it's still in the development stage, and that's why updates keep coming in on this game. Crazy Drive 3. This one's an amazing free-roam sandbox racing, driving and stunning game. It contains lots of mini-games and fun stuff to play around with. It's fun to mess about on your own or with your friends. There are 5 unique areas located in Crash Drives, 3 from deserts, the Arctic up to the moon, and more. You can play the game offline if you prefer, but I suggest you try playing it online. Overall, Crash Drive is kind of a classic for me personally, and the third game improves on the formula and adds more fun new content to mess about with on your own or with friends. A definite recommendation for me. The Pathless. This is an absolutely stunning game. The world is beautifully decorated and presented to you as soon as you start the game. The art style is unique, and although it took me a while to get used to that new style and the game's mechanics, I had a blast. The game is filled with unique puzzles that get gradually more difficult as you discover new areas. Unlike other open-world games, the game does not feature a mini-map. Players need to use a spirit vision in order to find locations of interest. All in all, it's a great game. Chimera World. This is a mythology-based open-world RPG game where you can dive into a world full of ancient and distinct animals. Here you can catch, ride, devour, and evolve ancient bodies to be your companions. In the game, you have to explore the large open world and gather all the resources you can live on. You can also discover lots of treasure that's available on the map and trade freely with other explorers. In addition, the game features lots of character options and a wide collection of weapons, which will help you to hunt down other giant creatures. Overall, it's a great game with a lot of stuff to do. No More Heroes 1 and 3. When you think of No More Heroes, the first descriptor that comes to mind is likely not open world, and that's fair. NMH is more well-known as a chaotically hilarious third-person character action game. As complex as that may sound, but it still technically has an open world. In any case, the open world sections of both NMH 1 and 3 are serviceable at best, which is why NMH 2 took out the open world and replaced it with a location map. That said, the open world sections of these games serve as a breather from the endless hallways of grunts you've been slaying with your beam katana, the off-the-wall events of the story, or just so you can process all the absurd lore stuff that was played off as a joke in the last cutscene. And, in serving that purpose, the open world parts of NMH 1 and 3 are fantastic. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing for more.